Apply pressure from every angle, you feel me? Yeah, you know, attack more. Never fold, man. Nah, never fold, never quit, yeah. Keep going, like, yeah. Now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they finna feel me. I try to keep it cool, but niggas always act a fool. So now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they finna feel me. I try to keep it cool, but niggas always act a fool. So now they gotta get high, smoke that thing. Tryna get M's in the bank, fuck what they think. Knock a nigga whole mouth out. Come side me, top break, throw hands like Tank. Knock it out the park like Hank. I've been doing them planks, what you got on my drink? I've been trying to keep my sane. Humanity so lame, fuck you and your gang. Speaking on the dead man's name.
SKOL Vikes, here we go. SKOL Vikes, here we go, baby. Down at the levee, we going fishing at the levee. Let's get it, man. SKOL Vikes back again. Got some more news to get in today, certain topics, etc., man. Before I dive into it, get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell as well. Why not? Takes less than 1 second, right? Support the grind, support the channel. Let's get it, bro. Here we go. So the main topic of today will be the trenches, talking about the trenches, edge rusher position, outside linebacker, whatever you want to call it, etc. Now, as we know, JG is gone. JG has been traded. The question is, what would a Minnesota Vikings do for backup depth chart purposes right now? You know, what veterans are still available that they could potentially bring in, huh? Type shit. Let's get it, bro. No cap. But depth is very important. Like I always say, you can never have enough depth, enough talent in your depth chart for real. So with JG being gone, of course, we know it's Dallas Turner time, etc. But what would the Vikings do? Who will the Vikings bring in, period? Do they believe in Bo Richter, huh? Do they believe in some of the young guys in the building to back up Dallas Turner to be able to play the position and play their role very well if their number is ever called, right? Right. That's the main thing, main question. So it's about maybe 5 free agents out there that could potentially make sense. I'm going to get into it, dive into it. Then we got some new Minnesota Vikings news to get into as well. Probably be here maybe an hour or more, depending on how it goes. You understand? Let's get into it, though, man. No cap. Once again, make sure you come in the chat. You fire the chat up, like, comment, and subscribe. Support the grind. Support the channel. Why not? Takes less than 1 second, man. Let's get it. Here we go. Who we got in the building? Who we got in the building, man? Who we got in the building, man? Here we go. Dell in the building. Hope y'all called your mom this morning. If you can't, love you even more. Yeah, happy Mother's Day, man, to all the mothers, man. No cap. Here we go. Let's get to it, man. Make sure you love your mama. Make sure you love your mama outside of Mother's Day as well. You hear me? Heavy. Early, dog. You know, it's some people who say happy Mother's Day to their mom, but disrespect their mom the whole damn year. So what the fuck do that mean? Here we go, man. But definitely happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, man. No cap. Here we go. SKOL Vikes, let's get her. Here we go, man. Let's work. You say Chaz Chambliss, man. Let's get it. SKOL Vikes. Here we go. Let's work. Let's work. But yeah, we're gonna get into some of this trench play for sure. See potential options for the Vikings, etc. Let's get to it, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just start with that article right there. Give me 1 second. So we got here, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get to it. Yeah, you see Big Citrus in the back. You see Big Citrus in the building for sure. You know, rookie mini camp started. Got they 1 day of practicing, 1 day of filling the NFL game in, etc. Holmes, here we go. So 5 free agent edge rushers Vikings could target after trading Grenard. The Vikings could use more edge depth, and there are some veterans out there who fit the bill. Give me 1 second. Here we go. After trading away Jonathan Grenard during the NFL draft a couple of weeks ago, the Vikings find themselves light on depth at the outside linebacker position. That's an important area they may want to address with the veteran free agent. The Vikings have a strong starting duo in Andrew Van Ginkel and Dallas Turner, but not much behind them. Even if you consider versatile second-round rookie Jake Golday, an outside linebacker in the Van Ginkel mold. Every other edge defender on the roster is a current or former undrafted free agent, with guys like Bo Richter and Tyler Batty next in line for snaps. And that's one of the main questions, right? How do the Vikings believe in Bo Richter? Do they believe in Tyler Batty? Now, we've seen Tyler Batty flash on special teams. I mean, even seen Bo Richter flash on special teams. But can they do more? Can they give you more? For sure, that is the main question. If not, bring somebody else in the building, bro. Period. And like I've been saying, that's the main thing in losing Grenard. What does your depth look like? Who are your backups, etc., dog? That is one of the big questions right there. Here we go. The good news is that there are still a handful of players on the market who could help. The Vikings freed up a decent chunk of cap space when they traded Grenard, and they may want to use that money on a rotational edge player in addition to signing a number 3 wide receiver. They might not pay up for someone like Joey Bosa or Cameron Jordan, but here are 5 other players who should be relatively affordable and could make a lot of sense for Minnesota. Up first, Leonard Floyd, age 34 in September, previous team Falcons, 25 stats, 3.5 sacks, 5 TFLs, 36 pressures in 15 games. Here we go. Floyd was the 9th overall pick by the Bears out of Georgia back in 2016. He's never been a Pro Bowler, but has had a strong 10-year career in the NFL. After 4 years in Chicago, he had the 3 best years of his career with the Rams from 2020 to 22. He's since played 1 season each with the Bills, 49ers, and Falcons. Floyd had 70 career sacks, and last season snapped a streak of 5 straight years with at least 8.5 of them. So Leonard Floyd, definitely a viable option for the Vikings at this point. I mean, pretty much anybody you bring in, you're just looking for someone to be a solid depth chart guy, etc., bro, for sure. Pretty much what it is. Like I say, it's Dallas Turner's time now. It's time for him to step up, time for him to take over that spot. But we know this is the NFL realm. Injuries happen, damn near inevitable, right? Right. So boom, you got to bring somebody in who can fill in when their number is called, if that number is called, for sure. He's now in his mid-30s, but Floyd has never had a season with fewer than 36 QB pressures. He's consistent and remarkably durable. And being durable is very important, dog. Can you stay healthy? Can you be available? Period. We've seen the Vikings struggle with depth chart, but struggle with injuries as well. Saw it last year, the year before, etc. So being durable, being important. I mean, being durable is very important. No cap. Here we go. Having missed a total of 2 games in the past 8 seasons, Floyd overlapped with Kevin O'Connell in LA for 2 seasons and would be a big addition for the Vikings if they can get him on something like a 1-year, $8 million deal. Let's get it, bro. Let's work. Next up, Jadeveon Clowney, age 33, previous team, Cowboys. 2025 stats, 8.5 sacks, 40 pressures, 12 TFLs, 4 PD in 13 games. Jadeveon Clowney, another guy who can give you some form of contributions as well. The question is, who do you pick and who can you afford? Another big name the Vikings could potentially pursue is Clowney, the former number 1 overall pick, now heading into his 13th NFL season. He was a 3-time Pro Bowler with the Texans, who has since become a journeyman edge rusher for hire, suiting up for 6 teams: Seattle, Tennessee, Cleveland, Baltimore, Carolina, and Dallas. In the last 7 seasons, he has 66.5 sacks, 120 total TFLs, 36 pass breakups, and 16 forced fumbles in his career. Clowney was a free agent last year until signing a 1-year, $3.5 million deal with the Cowboys in mid-September. He proceeded to rack up 8.5 sacks and 40 pressures in just 372 defensive snaps. Clowney has had a PFF grade above 70 in 10 of the last 11 seasons and racked up a career-high 71 pressures just 3 years ago with the Ravens. He figures to make at least double what he made last year in 2026. Clowney, another big body, big player, etc., dog. You know? Yeah, you know, Clowney definitely another guy who could come in, play that depth chart position and play his role well. Probably would fit in Brian Flores' scheme as well, dog. No cap. Here we go. Next up, AJ Espinosa, age 28. In September, previous team Bills, 2025 stats, 2.5 sacks, 28 pressures, 4 PDs, 2 interceptions in 16 games. Epinesa has spent the last 6 seasons with the Bills, who drafted him 54th overall out of Iowa in 2020. He's a big edge rusher at 6'6", 260 pounds, making him more of a defensive end than an outside linebacker. Big dude, big body. Definitely will benefit you in stopping the run for sure. Let's get it. Good thing about this list is, dog, it shows you the Vikings definitely have options. Here we go. He started somewhat slow in his first 2 seasons, but then had 6 or 6.5 sacks in 3 straight years from 22 to 24. Epinesa seemed like a good bet to give someone 450 to 500 snaps, 25 to 35 pressures, and 3 to 6 sacks in 2026. I mean, hell, you never know. Those sacks could come in a big moment in the playoffs, a big moment in an NFC game or something like that. Type shit. Here we go. He also has 4 interceptions and 5 forced fumbles over the past 4 years. He may be obtainable for around $5 to $6 million per year. Here we go. Next up, we got Von Miller, age 37. Previous team, Commanders. 2025 stats, 9 sacks, 36 pressures in 17 games. And as far as just name-wise goes, Von Miller might be the biggest on this list, if we're just talking name. But as I always say, don't get caught up in the name aspect of it either. Yeah, bro. Who are you getting as a player? Who is the player right now? Can he perform at a certain level? Period. Just like the whole Kyler Murray situation, right? Boom. Everybody getting caught up in the name, and that's it. Not thinking about no other factors but the damn name, for real. Here we go, man. SKOL VIKES. Miller, a future Hall of Famer and one of the great pass rushers of his era, is still getting it done at a high level. The 2nd overall pick in 2011 is coming off a 9-sack season as a 36-year-old playing his 14th year in the NFL. So I don't give a damn what your age is, what a player's age is, right? If he's still performing at a high level, put him in the game, coach. I repeat, put him in the damn game for real. Here we go. Let's get it, bro. Yeah. He made 8 Pro Bowls and 7 All-Pro teams and won a Super Bowl MVP in his first 9 seasons for the Broncos. He then won another Super Bowl after the Rams traded for him in 2021. So O'Connell has seen his impact up close. Miller spent 2022 to 2024 with the Bills before signing a 1-year, $6 million deal, plus incentives with Washington last year. He went on to lead the Commanders in sacks. Miller is the NFL's active leader with 138.5 sacks, which places him 13th on the all-time leaderboard. He's no longer an every down player, but he appears to have some gas left in the tank as a pass rush specialist. Miller could help the Vikings and would be quite the mentor for Turner. Hell yeah, bro. Very similar to Hitman as well. You know, if Hitman were to come back, if Hitman were to come back and try to make some impact, like I say, he's not going to be a starter, but he can definitely help the younger guys develop, teach them the ins and outs of the game on the field and off the field as well, for sure. But Von Miller can still give you good reps, still get pressure on that quarterback, still make noise when it counts. So I think now the biggest question is picking the best player available, and do they have the Guapino, the Cash Holmes, the Federale to get it done? Here we go. Let's get it. Kyle Van Noy, age 35, previous team Ravens, 2025 stats, 2 sacks, 27 pressures, 4 TFLs, 1 interception, 4 PDs in 15 games. Van Noy has had an excellent 12-year career since being drafted 40th overall by the Lions in 2014. He didn't do much in Detroit, but broke out after being traded to the Patriots during his 3rd season. Van Noy became a key piece for New England and won Super Bowls after the 2016 and 2018 seasons. He also had stints with the Dolphins and Chargers before spending the last 3 seasons in Baltimore, where he played some of the best football of his career. Van Noy made his first Pro Bowl at age 33 after recording a career-high 12.5 sacks in 2024. So shit, Van Noy can still ball, Holmes, for real. Here we go. One reason he's worth mentioning here is that Van Noy overlapped with the Vikings defensive coordinator, Brian Flores, in New England. Yeah, let's get it, bro. Let's get it heavy. From 2016 to 18, and then again in Miami in 2020. Could the two link up one more time in Minnesota? And you never know, bro. That could go a long way as far as him knowing Flores, understanding Flores' system, etc. I think this will pretty much be a Flores decision when it comes down to it. You understand me? Early, dog. Like I said, I think this will definitely be a Flores decision, and I hope they give Flores full reign to bring whoever he wants to bring in straight up. We saw the draft. We saw how the draft went down, Holmes, for sure. And you think Flores won't be involved in free agency? Better yet, you think he hasn't been involved in free agency already, right? With the acquisition of James Pierre? Yeah, bitch, yeah. You know it. I know it. Let's get it, bro. SKOL VIKES. Here we go. Let's work, man. So, yeah, man, we need that 6'4", 265 body type to pop on our squad. Yeah, you know, big body, a big body who can move as well. Definitely helping assist in the run defense for sure. Floyd is a little light. We have that in Turner, Gink, Golday, and Chambliss. We need a skinny defensive end for our system. I mean, Floyd is a little light, but can he still contribute? And, you know, just because he light don't mean he ain't strong, etc. Don't mean he can't get the job done. You know, Leonard Floyd definitely has great quickness off the edge, etc. So he could definitely benefit the defense straight up. You know how the big question is, how do guys fit in the scheme when it comes down to it? Do they fit in the scheme? How do they fit in Flores' scheme? Yeah, let's get it, man. Here we go. Because, whoever you bring in, I'm sure Flores will put him in position. He'll put him in the best position to win. You know, let's get it, man. You seen what he did with Van Ginkel, with Turner. Here we go. Espinoza wouldn't fit us. He's too slow to drop into coverage. He would make us one-dimensional. He'll play strictly on the line. Well, I think it pretty much depends on what Flores wants at the end of the day. You know, which guy does Flores really want? And out of the whole list, I believe Espinoza had the most picks last year. You know, so he can definitely drop back into coverage if need be. But Flores might not even put him in that position either. It's all about scheme, fit, coaching, etc. Here we go. Van Noy would be an excellent pickup. Yeah, you know, him and Flores got that history too. Definitely could work out. But yeah, so the Vikings need to just picking up somebody, to give you solid depth. That's the main thing, your depth chart. You know, that's how Super Bowl teams are really put together. What does your depth chart look like? Of course, your starters matter, but if your starter goes out, who can fill in? Let's get him. Here we go. Let's see here, man. What's that? Boom. There we go. Oh, hold up. Let's see what we got here with more news on the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see. And with my dog, got more McCarthy news in the building, right? Hold on 1 second, man. Let's get it in. Where was that at? Let me see what that says. So we get into some JJ McCarthy news right quick, man. Let me see here. Oh, this is pretty much news from Pelissero. We already know about news from Pelissero for real, dog. Let's get it, bro. Let me see here. Let's take a look at some of these rookies. See what's going on. More news from mini camp, etc. Let's see what's going down. Let me see. So we signed a defensive end off the Tar Heels. Oh yeah, was he at rookie camp, or did they just sign him? Let me see what's up here. Let's take so 3 observations from 2026 Vikings rookie mini camp. What's this here? Quick, man. Yeah. Watch this little room right quick, man. You know. He said, yeah, in rookie camp. Yeah, a few UDFAs in the building. There were a few guys in there trying out. I pretty much broke down the whole list the other day. Some tryout guys, some UDFA guys, etc. Give me 1 second. Let's get into this clip right quick, man. Boom. Yes, sir. Here we go.
Honestly, just such a blessing to get back out there and play some football, you know.
Oh, it was a privilege.
Oh, it's amazing. I'm super jacked and ready to go. It's been fun. I'm enjoying every second of it.
You know, this camp is really designed to give opportunity to guys that had not been signed, some veterans that are willing to join us, and then we have our college free agents we signed, and then ultimately the first chance we get to get on the grass with many of our draft picks.
You know, it's a great staff here, great culture already here, great city, great team.
I'm so glad that Vikings decided to take a chance on me to be a pinpoint in this defense, because I'm a true nose guard. I'm the guy that's in the middle. I fit really well to this defense.
There's a huge chunk where you're just like running in straight lines and doing this and doing that, but actually being able to do like football stuff and get with the team and get with your guys and do a bunch of drills, like it's very exciting.
You don't just meet the standard, you raise it. And, you know, being out here for the one day, I noticed that, you know, seeing all the guys fly around and move in a purpose that they moved with, man, That's what it's like, man. That's what it's about.
I thought the guys handled it really well. We got some good work in. Now they'll start preparing to join the big group on Monday.
My new teammates, everything about them was amazing. We all came out here with the same energy, the same focus, and the same goal. You know, tomorrow's not promised for none of us. So what can we do to
Chuck D in the building, my dog, my brother, Chuck D in the building. You hear me? Early, man. Let's get it, bro. You know, Chuck D say he gonna be himself. He a rookie, but he gonna lead like a vet. You know, Chuck D said he coming in to exceed expectations, exceed the standard, man. That's what you want from young rookie guys who already have a certain level of maturity, a certain level of growth, etc. But let's get it, man. Heavy SKOL VIKES. Here we go.
today to make our impact that impactful to where we see each other face again.
Just being able to step into this life and my family members see me playing at the biggest stage that it could be is definitely an opportunity that I'm super grateful to have.
Coach Flo said it earlier this morning, we've been doing this our entire life, so don't take the fun part out of it because you put a new logo on. So I'm just enjoying every process of it. And I don't know how to stop smiling here. So.
That's life-changing, really. It's something I've been dreaming of my entire life. Like I mentioned, it just feels good to be out here in this purple and running out on the field with all these other rookies. So super excited just to continue to learn and play with these guys.
Yes, sir, man. That's what it's about. That's what it's about early, man. You know it. We know it. Chuck D sounds like a veteran leader. No cap for sure. Here we go, man. Chuck D bring that leadership to the table early, heavy. Here we go, man. And then shout out to Kevin O'Connell. He pretty much said he switched up Vikings rookie camp this year. Instead of 3 days, it was only for 1 day. So he's being smart about the situation in general, letting their bodies rest, not trying to do too much. Like you said, Monday they come in with all the veterans, come in with all the other players, etc., and go from there, man. No cap. No need to force it. No need to accumulate extra injuries. Play it smart. So shout out to Kevin O'Connell as well, being smart about the whole situation in general, Holmes, no doubt. Here we go. There's a big difference between the starting line and the end of the line in NFL all season. Let me run that back. There's a big difference between the starting line and the end line of an NFL offseason. Vikings 2026 draftees, undrafted rookies, and some veteran and first-year tryout players enjoyed a little sun peeking through puffy clouds and a breeze on one of the nicer days so far this calendar. Minnesota eased into on-field activities by the design of head coach Kevin O'Connell. 8 of Minnesota's 9 draft picks participated in position drills, installs, and a few team plays. First-round pick Caleb Banks' foot injury is recovering, and O'Connell said the team receiving encouraging news about his progress. The 6'6" defensive lineman with twitch spent some of the session on an exercise bike and other parts observing with his position group. Caleb Banks is doing great. Got some more positive information here as he reported to Egan in the last couple of days, and very much looking forward to him establishing a real great plan with our medical staff and coaching staff. O'Connell said, obviously, on the medical side, getting healthy, and on the coaching staff side, how can we push Caleb from an above the neck standpoint to be that much more comfortable when he does get healthy? But he gets a great chance this spring and summer to get strong and build himself up for the multiple aspects. We think he can help our team in the fall. O'Connell was asked if the news on Banks potentially changes any timetable for him. He said the end of July, start of training camp is what most interests the Vikings, so he can hopefully have a seamless transition in training camp and work backwards from there. And like I say, KOC, not rushing it, taking his time, etc. No need to get him back in the mix for what? I mean, this is strictly rookie camp, workouts, etc. You want him there when it gets real, when it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty for sure, right? Boom. When it's time to put the pads on, time to get on the field, put your fingers in the grass, in the ground, etc. So Caleb Banks, let him heal, let him recover, let that foot be 1,000% when you go into training camp and work from there. Let's get it, bro. Here we go. Here are 3 observations from the practice session, which lasted approximately 90 minutes. Formatting with the purpose. Number 1, O'Connell opted for 1 day of practice this weekend instead of having a second session on Saturday, with his mind focused on newcomers joining returning veterans Monday for the off season. He says, I'm a big data guy, and the data was telling me over the years the stress we were putting on these young guys going Friday, Saturday, and then they tend to run a little hot on Monday when they're out there with the veterans for the first time, O'Connell said. We've just had some kind of little things bump up from a soft tissue perspective, so I wanted to get a little bit longer of practice today. I thought the guys handled it really well. We got some good work in. Now they'll start preparing to join the big group on Monday. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. There also was an emphasis on maximizing time by progressing from position drills to minor installs at walk-through speed to taking a few reps. My philosophy on this camp is really designed to do a lot of things at once, O'Connell explained. We want to give opportunity to guys that had not been signed on a tryout basis. We always have some veterans that are willing to join us for the first time, and then we have our college free agents we sign. And then ultimately, this is the first chance we get to get on the grass with many of our draft picks and at least get them going in an off-season program. Hell yeah, let's get it, bro. Here we go. Number 2, QB participants. Speaking of veterans, quarterback Cooper Rush was one of 3 invited on a pro tryout basis, along with receiver Trenton Irwin and offensive lineman Brandon Walton. Rush, who has started 16 of 42 games, played with Dallas and Baltimore since 2017, donned the red, no contact, number 5. He was joined at the position by left-hander Aiden Bowman and a number 6 Bowman, who grew up in Buffalo, Minnesota, and played at South Dakota, is son of former Vikings QB Todd Bowman. Here we go, man. Let's get it. O'Connell said he appreciated Rush's willingness to come in for camp, even though the Vikings have 4 quarterbacks. The coach added Rush's experience helped the practice, and he also liked the way Bowman threw the football. Both, he said, helped the rest of the players have a productive day. I told Cooper is a great, it's almost like a free agent visit. He gets to know us, we get to know him. He's played a lot of football over the years in the National Football League and had a very productive time in his journey. And we get him for our time here, O'Connell said. I told him there's nothing that ever can come out of this form from a negative standpoint, getting to step on the grass and put on a Vikings helmet. We now know Cooper. He knows a very, very small portion of some of the things we do offensively, but I think it can open up that world to him if there's an opportunity in the future. He can make that a very positive situation for himself and become our first phone call. So I thought it was a real positive thing. As you can see, bro, it's not all about the rookies either. You know, a guy like Cooper Rush been in the league for years, still competing for a spot, competing for a position, Holmes, period. Here we go. Aiden, what a cool story to have him here. I thought he threw the ball well, too. Once I got past the lefty spin of the football, O'Connell added. Bowman had participated in the Packers rookie minicamp last weekend. After growing up around the Vikings, Bowman said he appreciated the opportunity to wear Vikings practice gear. Unbelievable coaching staff here, just the staff in general. I can't say enough good things about this organization, Bowman said. I'm beyond blessed that I had an opportunity to come here. Hell yeah, bro, let's get it, dog. Number 3, chip drill pick. Second round pick Jake Golday was able to snare an interception in a passing drill. And if you missed the live the other day, go check it out. I got all these highlights in the film, bro, early. Here we go, SKOL VIKES. And Jake Golday, that's what he does, right? Boom. He's a big weapon, 6'5", 240, can run. You know, you expect him to make picks. You expect him to fly around the field, right? Type shit. Here we go. Second round pick Jake Golday was able to snare an interception in a passing drill. The linebacker dropped deep down the middle of the field and made the most of a kind bounce off the outstretched hands of safety Jacob Thomas, an undrafted free agent out of James Madison. And I've heard a little bit of news on Jacob Thomas as well, that he really has a real shot. We'll see what happens. Thomas and safety Jacoby Thomas, who was drafted in the 3rd round out of Miami, each wore yellow gloves. The former is number 39 and the latter is number 8. Hell yeah, bro. Let's get it, man. One second. Here we go. Got in the building, man. I ain't got a YouTube. What up, big dog? Then we definitely could use some depth at our edge. For sure, no doubt. Shout out, I ain't got a YouTube in the building. Heavy, SKOL VIKES. Get it. So Friday was perfect weather for football up here. I mean, perfect. 65, 70, not much wind and overcast. Dope shit. Here we go. Let's get it, man. See what else we got here. Finna just run through it. Yes, sir. Let's get it, man. You see this shit we got here, man. Get into some more news right quick. Hold up. Talking about, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Here we go. 1 second. Let's see here. So we got some some Rasul Douglas talk, cornerback talk. Could Rasul Douglas potentially be a Viking? Hey, like I always say, the more depth helps, No cap, you hear me early. You can never have enough depth for real. You can never have enough talent for real. Here we go. Motherfuckers want to speak on my brother JJ. Here we go. I'm gonna get into that for sure. Hold up, man. So Colin Cowherd talking shit as well, and they talking heavy, huh? All right. Let's see what's up with Cowherd first, man. I want to break that punk down. Give me 1 second, man. Get into this Rasul Douglas business right quick. Type shit. Once again, if I drop the link, it will be at the hour mark, depending on how long this live goes. But like I say, the link will be dropped at the hour mark. Once the first person comes in the chat, the timer will start for sure, man. So if you're late, you're late. Ain't no waiting. We shaking and baking early. Here we go. SKOL VIKES. But let's get into this Rasul Douglas, information right quick. Here we go. So ex-Packers QB cornerback Rasul Douglas predicted to land with NFC North rival. Veteran cornerback Rasul Douglas called the Green Bay Packers home during a recent interview. But that doesn't necessarily mean a Douglas Packers reunion will work out. Pro Football Sports Network's Jacob Infante doesn't see Douglas rejoining Green Bay. In fact, on May 4th, Infante predicted Douglas to come back to the NFC North to play for the Minnesota Vikings instead. Infante made that projection while ranking Douglas as the number 10 best available player remaining in NFL free agency. The Dolphins needed a stopgap starting option at cornerback last year, and Rasul Douglas filled that role admirably, wrote Infante. He had 2 interceptions and ranked number 15 in the league PFSN's cornerback impact, scoring at 84.3. He'll be 31 in August, so he's hardly a long-term solution for any team, but he should get the chance to battle for a starting role. Once again, Rasul Douglas, does he benefit your team, etc.? Here we go. Let's get it. And we're going to see what Cowherd got to say about Murray. Obviously, Cowherd feels that Murray is the guy, will be the guy. Let's see what's up. Give me 1 second, man. Yes, man. 1 second, bro. Let's get it. You know, Cowherd, another guy who flips and flops with the Vikings. 1 minute he's on their nuts, 1 minute he's not, etc.
I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but it is interesting, is that there is a reason with most first-round quarterbacks, they get drafted because they have, it's not about their college stats, it's about their traits. If you're drafting a college quarterback based on stats, it's Tim Tebow, you're a hack, you should be fired. Like, you draft quarterbacks based on size. One of the reasons I always like Sam Darnold, big, thick, athletic, big arm, coachable, great traits. The minute he got to Carolina at the end, Minnesota, Seattle, he wins 75% of his games. Kyler Murray's not big, but he was a number 1 pick, and I know the GM that drafted him. Steve Kime's a buddy. He had great traits. He was the best high school football player ever out of Texas. He's incredibly elusive. And he's like Russell Wilson, but more athletic. He could have been a baseball player in the bigs. Throws a great ball.
What's your point, Cowherd? What's your point, Cowherd? Huh? What do you know about Vikings business, Cowherd? Nothing, absolutely nothing, right? Right.
But he's small. But what happens, and we see this now regularly in the NFL, if you get bad ownership, chaos, wrong coach, bad O-lines, quarterbacks can look really bad. And I was saying this yesterday. If you put Matt Stafford and Kyler Murray together.
That's funny. That's very funny that Cowherd says that, though. But he's the same guy who sits up there like everybody else, like every other analyst, etc. He's the same guy who sits up there and wants to make J.J. McCarthy the scapegoat, wants to put it all on McCarthy's shoulders, why the Vikings perform piss poor majority of the season on offense, right? Boom. But he's sitting up here giving Kyler Murray an excuse. But like I say, they never mentioned the piss poor season KOC had as far as play calling type shit. But they're sitting up here once again giving Kyler Murray an excuse, all the excuses in the world. But they're ready to give up on McCarthy after 10 games in. All right, bet. Here we go.
Now think about this.
The hypocrisy, man, is crazy.
Stafford has had 5 years of McVay, great ownership, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, great running backs, top tight end groups. And yet, Kyler Murray, who's had 1 Pro Bowler ever for a year that was a Pro Bowler on the O-line, ownership shaky, front office now, yikes, average rosters. Kyler Murray not only has the same passer rating, a significantly higher completion percentage, and much more athletic and elusive than Stafford. And we all know Stafford's going to the Hall of Fame. So do I think Kyler Murray's better than Stafford? No, I think Stafford's better. But it shows you, and Matt Stafford, by the way, had Calvin Johnson. You know, like outside of Randy Moss, probably the best college receiver I ever saw play. So my take isn't that Kyler Murray's going to be a Hall of Famer. It's that he was a distracted guy from baseball to video games, went to a bad organization that didn't have kind of the ability to get his act right. right? Like, he is one of those guys that will be as good as where he lands. Now, there are guys like Andrew Luck or Josh Allen. They're going to win everywhere. There's guys like Fernando Mendoza. He's going to be ethical, good kid, work ethic everywhere. May not be great. Kyler's one of those guys, to me, that's very dependent on landing spot.
I mean, you know, at the heart of it, every quarterback is.
Hold up. And I think he might say that, but isn't every quarterback dependent on landing spot? What the hell is Cowherd really talking about around yonder? Every quarterback is dependent on landing spot, dog, period. You know? You look at Ty Simpson, he was very dependent on landing spot. No shit, Sherlock. Duh. I mean, hell. Every quarterback wants to go into the best situation, the situation that fits him the best, potentially, period. So what are we talking about landing spot, bro? Come on now, Cowherd. Stop it. Tom Brady, everybody, every quarterback, the best to ever do it. Damn near every player is dependent on landing spots. Now, you got some players here and there that can adapt anywhere, adjust anywhere, good or bad situations. But majority of the time, players want to go to the best situation possible. Duh. Let's get it. Here we go.
Is, you know, depending on truly how great you're going to be and are you going to win Super Bowls or not, it matters where you land. But trying to use these like blanket completion percentage and passer rating and comparing quarterbacks in this very general vague lens is an absolute silly battle. It's just an absolute silly battle when you're talking about teams that are asking their quarterbacks to do such different things with such different rosters, even comparing somewhat different eras, considering how long Stafford was playing with the Lions and kind of how football was played. You know, Stafford is not like he's necessarily gone through like a million different generations of football like Tom Brady has, but like he's definitely experienced two different eras of the NFL for sure. And it's the same reason why that we can look at stats and see like, oh, wow, Geno Smith has a high completion percentage and Tua has the 5th best passer rating in the NFL.
Doesn't matter. Are you winning the big games? You can look at Kirk Cousins stats and get thrown off by Kirk Cousins stats, be deceived by Kirk Cousins stats. No cap. But the motherfucker ain't won one big game in his life. He's not a winner at all, period.
NFL, right? And it's just like, okay, you know, like, what do we do with that?
Here's to making 50 your best decade yet. Don't let age define your next chapter. So the other day I'm out and this guy comes up and I'm thinking he's probably one of.
Right. And so it's just like those types of stats, those types of moments. I actually had a video that I made, I think like last summer. I forget exactly when. And I kind of did a little bit of a deep dive of like, how do we actually evaluate quarterbacks? You know, and how do we make sense of quarterbacks that we know are not great? Like it's something that we all agree on, right? It's not like we're not trying to debate, you know, who's better, Lamar or Josh. Like it's not those types of conversations, but just like we know that we don't think that this quarterback is great, yet he has a higher passer rating than a quarterback that we absolutely all know is better, right? And a higher complete. And it's just like, it's just, what do we do with those types of things, right? How do we make sense of that? And there's no real easy answer unless you are watching and breaking down the film of every single snap. And it's why stats are so great, because I could just be like, well, what are the stats of this quarterback of the last 3 seasons, right? And that's why I often do just focus on the most recent history, right? Like sometimes depending on the discussion, it makes sense to look at things farther back or whatever it is, depending on the conversation that we're looking to have. But as like a general rule of thumb, like I really am only ever going back the last couple of years, last few years. Like it depends on the conversation as a whole. But to me, and I've criticized not criticized Matthew Stafford, but I used Matthew Stafford's lack of success with Detroit and his lack of, you know, playoff success until he got to Sean McVay and the Rams. Like I use that as a reference to be like, see, no matter how great you are, you still need support. And that is kind of counter to Colin right here, where he's like, no, you know, some quarterbacks work wherever you want. And it's like, yes and no. Like Stafford would have always been a great quarterback, but like winning Super Bowls, like winning all these playoff games, like you got to have the Pukas, you got to have the Cooper Kupps, you got to have the Sean McVay.
Like I say every time, and 1,000 times, brother, system matters, period. That's why they call it a system. They call it a system for a reason. You cater to your quarterback. You put your quarterback in the best system, bro, period. What the fuck? Come on now. Just like they try to say, oh, Brock Purdy, only reason he's successful because he's under Shanahan. Shanahan put the right team around him. So, and that's what the hell you're supposed to do for your quarterback, especially your rookie quarterback. What the hell we talking about here, bro? This is football, the ultimate team sport. You want bums on the field? No. You want the best players on the field, period. What the hell we talking about, man? Every quarterback is looking for the best situation to be in. You know? Like you said, Matthew Stafford could probably have went anywhere and performed well, but coaching matters. You know what I'm saying? Coaching definitely matters. Like we saw the difference when he was in Detroit and saw the difference when he went to the Rams. Man, Cowherd just be capping and yapping, man. You know? Yeah, here we go.
Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I just think we have to be kind of careful how we make some of these comparisons. And I'm not going to act like I have it all fleshed out because it's tricky. It's again, I know without a shadow of a doubt, Matthew Stafford is a significantly, yes, I'm saying it's significantly better quarterback than Kyler Murray. And I don't care what passer rating or completion percentage shows me based off of his time in Detroit versus his time in, Arizona or, whatever exact metrics Colin was using there. It's just like, I don't care because I
big facts, no cap. Here we go.
I'm using the eye test. I'm using what I watch and what I see, the level of difficulty of the throws, the types of plays, etc. And that's also a thing with someone like a Stafford, where Stafford is a pure pocket passer, right? He is a pure pocket passer that unless you have the right coach or the right receivers, you're never really going to truly show what you can do. And I would say earlier on in his career and back when football was not played the way how it is, like I'm sure the types of throws that he was making and the things that he was doing, it's kind of similar to basketball where like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, like their shot selection, like it wasn't all about finding the open shooter. That it was just take your shots, like muscle up. Like it was the shot selection was just completely different. And it was like, yeah, man, just keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting. Like it was a different style of play. So comparing that makes no sense. And I would say that football is there's some similarities there in the, in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, etc. that I would say that we're kind of having here, where that's not necessarily the case in the modern NFL. So I would just, again, I'm just going to emphasize that. Like to me, and this is what I had said, I guess whenever there was like the real conversations about Kyler Murray coming to Minnesota, like Kyler will be better with Minnesota. I do.
So what's your point? Of course he'll be better with Minnesota. Should. He'll be better with a better KOC as well. JJ McCarthy will be better with Minnesota this year. What are you talking about here, man? He's coming into a better situation. He should be better, of course, but it depends on which Kyler Murray you're getting as well, dog. Okay.
Believe that. I really do, but it's not, from my viewpoint, necessarily going to be this difference maker. Are there going to be like potentially wildly exciting moments and moments when
motherfucker, they don't even know who gonna be starting, motherfucker. Heavy, you hear me? No cap. Everybody just crowning Murray off the rip. Comment way down. That's what I'm saying. They don't really know about Vikings business, man. This is a real competition. This is a real battle. Just like Murray can come in and perform better, McCarthy will come in and perform better. This man had a full off season to grow and perform, and working with John Beck in a healthy off season. You think he won't grow and come in better, bro? His arm is already better than Kyler Murray's arm right now. It's easy to say, oh, Kyler Murray is better. Tell me how. Tell me how Kyler Murray is better than JJ McCarthy right now. Compare last season, compare the season before, etc. Holmes. Stop it, bro, for real. Stop riding his nuts. Get off his nuts. Let him breathe. Let him breathe.
You're like, I think this is going to work. Like, oh my gosh, like this is going to work. I do feel that way. But I feel like it's a cousin of how sometimes I watch Dak Prescott. and this is not a knock on Dak. I'm just using it as a reference point of my own little journey with Dak of evaluating him over the years. There's moments that I watch Dak and I'm just like, man, this guy is an awesome quarterback. I'm like, he is a top quarterback. And then I watch plenty of other moments when I go, I don't know what you were doing here. Like you're never going to win with Dak as your quarterback. You're never going to be able to consistently win with Dak as your quarterback. And it's just like, he makes some awesome plays and some terrible plays. He has some awesome moments and some terrible moments. Now, make no mistake about it. There's truth to that for any quarterback. Stafford, Mahomes, Josh Allen, right? There's plenty of moments when you're just like, that was an awful play. That was a spectacular play. But it all depends on,
if my goal was to lose my embarrassing gut and get ripped in 2026, and I had a crazy business schedule, I do these two things. First,
how many great plays and how many bad plays, right? It's just like, what's the math add up there? And there was always spectacular potential with Kyler because that is the type of player that he brings. That is the type that he brings. But when you're also talking about a Kevin O'Connell offense, like, you are looking to play a very buttoned up, let it rip offense, but it's just.
Yeah, you don't know that, homeboy. See, once again, you don't know too much about Vikings business to really be speaking on Vikings business. Really, you or Cowherd heavy. We don't know what the offense will look like. KLC could come in and run the ball heavy. You understand me? Period. So he's sitting up here talking about, how KLC's offense is. How do you know what it will be? Did you watch the last 5 games of the season, huh? I guarantee you didn't. I guarantee you or Cowherd didn't. So we don't know what's up. It could be a totally different offense, totally different scheme coming into next season. He probably don't even know about Frank Smith being a new addition in the building. I guarantee they don't know about Frank Smith in the building. Heavy. Yeah, bitch, yeah. Get up here talking, capping and yapping. JT, he just talking, assuming what the hell going down in the boogie downtown, man. Here we go, bro. He's starting to get on my. He's starting to piss me off like Cowherd pissing me off, dog. You hear me? No cap. Big biscuit head, punk chonk. He up here just capping and yapping, man, when it's convenient. Here we go.
It's just going to be very structured. Very on script, on time. And that's not the type of player that a Kyler Murray is. That's not. And like, he brought up Russell Wilson. That's kind of a perfect example because I think it was either last year or the year before that. I assume it was probably when Russ was playing with the Steelers and was having some momentum. Greg Cosell was kind of talking about that. Like, Russ was never quite a timing and rhythm type player, that's not really his strengths, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just like, you could see why the game kind of moved beyond him a bit because you could see how offenses started to be run and how play callers started to call plays that like you needed that. And unless you can really get by with your athleticism, once that starts to fade, there's kind of nowhere to go. And the more structured you are and the better you are at playing within that structure, the more success you're going to have. And I would say like that's like kind of like the biggest concern with a Kyler Murray right now, where it's just like you're going to ask him to play in a way that's like not his normal basis and not what then maximizes this offense and maximizes Kevin O'Connell's vision as well. That is why a Sam Darnold can have a ton of success because he can play within structure. He can do that. And that's why he was able to thrive with Kevin O'Connell essentially instantly. And same thing with Clint Kubiak.
He thrived the regular season, bro. Calm it down. He didn't thrive in playoff time. We seen him have bad games as well, bro. And the reason he didn't thrive in the playoffs was strictly because of KOC and his piss poor play calling, bro. Period. You compare the difference in Sam Darnold in Seattle and the Sam Darnold in Minnesota, it came down to coaching, bro. Period. Yeah, it came down to Clint Kubiak play calling and Kevin O'Connell's play calling, period. Yeah. You know it. We know it. Here we go.
Kubiak, et cetera, et cetera. And so, again, no doubt are there going to be some moments when you're like, wow, Kyler Murray absolutely bailed this team out or bailed this play out, bailed this drive out, whatever it is. Like you're
once again assuming Kyler Murray will be the starter. Once again, assuming McCarthy won't be the starter. Here we go.
You're absolutely going to have those moments, and that's great in the short term. But again, I look at the Minnesota Vikings through the lens of the long term. I'm not looking for them just to be like, okay, can they right this ship? Can they get back on track? It's like, no, how do they position themselves to win a Super Bowl? How do they position themselves to win, at the minimum, the division, right? Not just be a more entertaining watch.
Run the ball more. That's how. What you mean, how? Run the ball more. Be more consistent on offense. The defense gonna hold it down, handle that business, that Ben Naive for real. He talking about how do they do this, how do they do that. Run the ball, Jack. Be physical. Win the trench game battle. Period. Yeah, bitch. Yeah. He talking about how they gonna do this. We know how they gonna do it. Have a more balanced attack. Period. KOC picked up from where you left off last year. Stay out of your ego. Think about the betterment of the team. Yeah. Here we go.
And yeah, they're a contender. Like there's certain teams where I'm just like, yeah, no, they're a contender. And like, that's good enough. It's like, yeah, no, they're a pretty good team competing. It's going to be fun once they're in the playoffs. It'll be interesting. And that's who I think the Minnesota Vikings can be with Kyler Murray. No question about it. But it's just like, I don't put them in that box because of how close they've been over these years and the teams that they've built and how much I respect the franchise and the roster and some of the big playmakers they have and Kevin O'Connell, etc. and Brian Flores. I'm like, no, like what? Like these are the moves that you need to be able to understand.
I mean, you respect what about KOC as far as being a coach? I mean, as far as his performance in big games, what do you respect about him? What do you know about him in general, dog? What the hell do you know about Kevin O'Connell, dog? Period. He hasn't won one playoff game in 4 years. So what do you mean? What do you respect about his coaching? Do he seem like a good guy? Yeah, this and that. Cool, Great leader of men, great speaker, all right, bet. But what else? What else besides what the media shows you and tells you? Yeah, I must know, or I must know. Because he sound like another one of them KOC nut riders. Put all the blame on McCarthy for last season and put no blame on KOC. Yeah, he sound just like Cowherd, man. Yeah. Cowherd and the rest of them. They want to make McCarthy the scapegoat. Here we go.
To get you to a Super Bowl, to win the Super Bowl. And I still struggle to see that with Kyler Murray. So I think it'll very much just give me the sense like, again, kind of like, and again, these comps are not saying that they're this type of player. It's the feeling I get when I watch them. And Dak may have not been the best example. Baker Mayfield, I think I made this comp before, where it's just like, it's very much kind of like a Baker where there's absolutely moments, but I'm like, all right, like this is, yeah, man, that's good. That's legit. Like that is genuinely an awesome play. And then you go on a stretch where you go, oh, nope. See, this is exactly the quarterback who I thought he was. Like even I got fooled. For
every quarterback has good moments, bad moments. The question is, majority of the time, what type of moments are you having? Period. We saw it last year with McCarthy. He had some great moments, some phenomenal moments to be exact. Then he had some bad moments, of course. Certain factors played a role, but hey, no excuses. He got to get better. He got to grow. He got to get better in the NFL. So he keeps saying the moments, bad moments, good moments. That's part of the game, part of the process, Holmes, in general. Let's get it.
For a second. And I think that's the box that Kyler Murray finds himself in. Right. And that's the same thing with Baker Mayfield as well. Geno Smith in the past. Geno Smith has obviously lost his luster a little bit. And it's who maybe people thought Sam Darnold was. And he had to prove that wasn't the case. He had to prove that wasn't the case. And he did. And he did. And again,
why did he prove it? Yeah, why did he prove it? Because the team he went to helped him prove it, Holmes. Put him in the best position to prove it. Yeah. Come on now, bro. Stop it. All these guys forget the one main factor is coaching, play calling, scheme, etc. Come on, man.
Maybe you can say that'll be Kyler Murray, but it's just like I don't know how much Kyler has actually grown as a quarterback over these years because he constantly relies on his playmaking abilities, his athleticism, etc. It's not how you grow and evolve in the NFL. It's just not. And, you know, how will he work with Kevin O'Connell? It's going to be really, really interesting. But I'm telling you right now, what can make Kevin O'Connell special, what makes him great as an offensive coach is having a quarterback who can genuinely execute his offense. That's why he worked so well with the Kirk Cousins. That's why he worked so well with the Sam Darnold.
Yeah, he put effort in as well. He put time in as well. We see what happened when he worked with JJ McCarthy, you big biscuit head, punk chunk. Bitch, yeah. We seen what happened when he catered to McCarthy. So why don't you go over there and ask KOC that? Why didn't he cater or work with McCarthy like he did with Kirk Cousins? Type shit. What the hell you mean, bro? We saw what happened the last 5-6 games of the season when KOC got his head out of his ass, got out of his egotistical bullshit ways, and he started stepping up for his quarterback and putting in more time and effort with his quarterback. And you add running the ball more in there as well, and you saw what happened. Come on, bro. Stop it. JJ McCarthy can run an NFL defense. He can run KOC's defense, period.
Right. It's why he works well with those types of quarterbacks. And it's why the Sean McVays and the Shanahans consistently want those Kirk Cousins. And why you can
who wants Kirk Cousins, bro? What are you talking about? Nobody want motherfucking Kirk Cousins, bro. If they wanted him, they would have got him. You bimbo head punk chump, you jailhead jive turkey jack, huh? Yeah, he talking about Kyle Shanahan wanted Kirk. He didn't want Kirk. If he wanted Kirk, he would have had Kirk. The hell you talking about? If Sean McVay wanted Kirk, he would have had Kirk. The hell you talking about? You know it. I know it. Talking about that's why they like having Kirk Cousins. They don't like having him, boy. Huh? You got Matthew Stafford and you talking about he wanted Kirk. Shit. Kyle Shanahan would rather have Mac Jones than Kirk Cousins. The hell you talking about, my boy? Only team who want Kirk Cousins is a desperate team. Or a team that need a quarterback to come in and help mold and develop a young player at this time and moment. Just like the Raiders. They drafted Mendoza, they brought in Kirk. You think they want Mendoza to be hurt? You think they want to play Kirk Cousins for real? Especially in a big game? Come on now. Stop it, bro. For real. Here we go.
Bro, and Phillip Rivers, because they're like, they execute the vision of the offensive coach. They run the plays as advertised, as they're supposed to be, as scripted, and they run them at an incredibly high level. And then you
a high level win, regular season win, dog. A high level for what? A few games? What happened during the playoffs? What happened during the playoffs, dog? I ask you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, these dudes be bozos, man, for real. He probably never heard one hut hike in his life. Yeah. He ain't never made a tackle in his damn life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He ain't watched one Vikings game for real in his damn life. I guarantee it. No cap. You know what I mean? Early we go.
Have the other category of quarterbacks who like that's not their strengths and they make up for it in other aspects, right? But it's like,
show ass up.
What do we got here? So it'll be interesting. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Kyler Murray having something to prove? Will he have a career year with the Minnesota Vikings? And then
hell no, he won't, because McCarthy gonna have a career year. That's who, Holmes. Talking about what Murray got to prove, this and that, chip on his shoulder. What you think McCarthy got to prove, huh? How you think McCarthy feeling, huh? Take the what and leave the what? Everybody making it about Murray. Oh, Murray's ready. Murray got to prove this. Murray got to prove that. Oh, Murray's mad. Murray's mad. The fuck? You think McCarthy ain't mad? You think McCarthy ain't using this as fuel to the fire? Come on, bro. Stop it. Here we go.
Does that matter? Like, I really want to know, Minnesota Vikings fans, like where are you at right now with what you expect from your team and what do you demand from your team? Is it just to like, oh, make the playoffs, win a playoff game? I'd be happy with, getting to the NFC.
So that's how I know you don't know about Vikings business, real Vikings business, man. He talking about what you expect from the team, what you want. We want a Super Bowl, punk chunk, huh? Hell no, we don't want just a first round exit again. The hell you talking about around here? No, who the hell he been talking to? He been listening to too much analysts, too much ESPN bullshit, no bullshit for real. He talking about what do you want, Vikings fans? We know what we want, Holmes, early. Want a motherfucking Super Bowl ring, Jack? Yeah. We want a fair competition in that QB room. Yeah. The hell he got going on around there? Asking dumbass question, bruh. Stop talking to fake Minnesota Vikings fans. First off, you listen to Cowherd too much. You're damn near trying to be like Cowherd Jack, huh? Yeah, boy. Stop playing, my boy. Skol Vikes. Get your ass up out of here, punk chunk.
Championship game or something. It's just like, where do you stand right now? What are your expectations? Like, what do you want to demand from your franchise, considering how the last 4 or 5 years or so have unfolded? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fight.
You don't know about Vikings business, period. You don't know about Vikings business, period, Jack. You hear me? Heavy. That's the bottom line, bro. No cap. So you take your ass over there with Cowherd and go agree with him. We expect greatness from the Vikings this year. That's what, my boy. We expect a real fair competition. That's what, my boy. Early. Here we go. Tired of these dudes coming in here, man. Spin like a talking crazy work about damn Vikings, man. Here we go, bro. They don't know nothing about Vikings business, but always speaking on Vikings business, bro. Here we go. Let's get it, bro. I'm finna drop the link, man. Finna drop this link. You want to come rock and roll with me and lock in with me probably for about 20 minutes, man. Like I say, when the first person come in the chat, the timer's stopping, the timer ain't stopping, period. Here we go. Let's get it, bro. Skol Vikes. Got one more segment to get into, then I'm going to get up out of here for sure. Here we go, man. Let's get it. Here we go. He say Cow Turd needs to calm down on the nose candy. Dude is the epitome of a 10-on-2. Here we go, man. Asking oneself, how is Murray better than McCarthy? Would take someone being themselves, which is a hard thing. Separate the fake from the authentic. Good point, EJ. Let's get it, bro. Let's go, man. Skol Vikes, man. We go. Norse in the building. My dog Norse in the building. What up, bro? Skol Vikes. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. He say Red Bull sound better. Oh, hell no, man. Norse talking about the Red Bull. Hell no, man. Can't fuck with the Red Bull, man. No way, no how. Man, here we go, man. Let's get it. Here we go. Dale, what up, bro? Get 1 second to set this timer, man.
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Skol Vikes.
Just hearing the narrative, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's funny when you hear the national narrative, right?
Yeah.
And then you see what's going on, and it's they paint a shitty picture, bro.
Yeah, because they don't really know what's going on, man. They just be talking most of the time, you know?
Because like what you said, right? Like what you said, right, is like it's so much easier to be fake than be real. You know what I'm saying? It's so much easier to just spout off some shit like you have the answers. Well, if you have the answers, why aren't you a fucking GM, dude? Get the like, what are you really are you fucking like, what do you want? You know?
Yeah. I mean, that's like Cowherd. He loved talking about KOC and riding his nuts and putting all the blame on McCarthy. I mean, that's what the whole world been doing, so it's easy to do. but they ain't really watching no
Well,
games and paying attention to no film, you know?
right. He's really just sucking the ownership off, bro. That's what he's
That's
doing.
what I'm saying.
He's sucking them motherfuckers clean dry, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
you need another one? Oh yeah, let's go. You know?
Yeah. Shout out Norris in the building, man. What up, Norris?
Morning, boys.
All right,
Morning.
man. These motherfuckers capping about McCarthy, dog. They assuming Murray gonna be the man once again. Come on, man.
Well, you got to understand all these fraudulent motherfuckers out there,
Yeah.
especially the national media. They don't know shit.
Hell no. You know a
Then
damn
you got
thing,
clowns
man.
out there like Ruthini trying to dig her way into coaches' blankets.
You said Rossini?
Yeah, you know, she's a national reporter. You got people
you
like
talking
her
about
trying to dig her way into, into the beds.
Oh, you talking about
Trying to get that info.
yeah. You talking about the Mike Vrabel bitch?
Well, there's more to that story apparently. Like more heads to that story apparently.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Like who? Like who? A Minnesota head?
I don't know, man. I'm just saying apparently there's more.
Oh damn. No, easy.
Well,
so you say Rasuni getting around then, huh?
I mean, look at it. Look at it though, EJ, because the law of integrity is the same way you do somebody else is the same way. The same way you do one person is the same way you'll do somebody else. So she's willing to do that with Mike Vrabel, and he's just a coach. Imagine what she's doing with the owners or her boss. You know, how many motherfuckers is up in this? You know,
Yeah, and it's been a lot of women fucking sleep around to get a certain position. Men too. Like a lot of them bozos on ESPN, clowns too.
I heard that's why they cleaned house at ESPN, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was a story. It was a story about what's that dude name? Ocho Act, some weird name that one black dude up there on one of them shows. There was some dirt going on with him.
Acho.
Yeah, Acho. Yeah. A lot of them dudes be down getting passed around like the women, man.
Bro, it's just gross, man.
That dude's still smelling joy on his fingers, man.
Yo, why would you want something everyone else has had? You know what I'm saying? Dude, this is fucking gross. You sell yourself short like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know?
They do anything for the position, for the bread, bro. It's the world we in, dog. Some people don't care. No morals.
It's fucking sad.
That's animalistic. He say, I see y'all up early. What up, D Woods in the building, man? Skull State of Mind. What up, man?
Yo, come on, D Woods. Come on. Share this Mother's Day morning with us, man. Let's get this right before we go out in the world, man.
He say, pass around like a blunt at a Snoop Dogg concert.
Bro, it's bad, bro.
Damn, man, that's crazy work, man.
But I mean, really, like looking at why these people think Kyler Murray is so much better than JJ McCarthy. Like he's like what you asked, EJ. How is he? Get into specifics,
right?
Because the man's nickname was the Bull Rider in Arizona, which means he stays in the pocket 8 seconds. You don't have 8 seconds to read a defense, bro. And can you imagine? Because that's like what Dobbs's shortcoming was with the Vikings. Like he couldn't stay in structure of the offense, which is why KOC didn't really like him, because he would take off if he didn't feel it was there. Well, the same thing is going to happen with Kyler Murray. It's just Kyler Murray is what, 5 inches shorter at least,
right?
You know, and he ain't going to be able to see over the line. He has to wait for passing lanes to open.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And really I'm not buying this narrative that Kyler Murray is that much faster than JJ McCarthy, because JJ McCarthy is pretty fucking quick, dude.
Yeah, he is quick. I mean, it's times he looked like a running back out there last season. You know
You
what I'm
know?
saying? And Murray, like my big thing about Murray, you don't know what Murray you getting. See, a lot of people just crowning him because they want him to be the man. They riding his nuts so hard, they want him to be the one. You know what I'm saying? They hating on McCarthy so hard, they don't want him to be the guy.
Right.
But see the thing about it don't matter what they want. It's about the players, dog. Because he ain't gonna come in there and just have a spot off rip. He got to earn respect, like O'Neal said. Hey, McCarthy had the locker room, Holmes. How you gonna
Right.
get the locker room, bitch? You got to
Right.
earn this shit here, bro. I don't care what KOC talking about. It's about the player. We on the field, motherfucker. We do this. We run this.
Right. And that's what I loved about Saban. Saban was like, yo, I'm gonna let the players decide who's gonna start this motherfucker. Like the
Yeah.
players will decide that. The players will make that decision for me. All I got to do is steer. That's it.
Real talk. Hey, the ones come out. Players run out. Players decide. Shit, Saban ain't got to say shit. The players gonna let you know what it is. The hell people got going on, man? But people
Hey, you guys,
they on Kyler Murray's nuts so hard they caught up in the name. They want him to be the guy.
Right.
you guys remember that just awesome fake against Dallas that JJ did? He pulled in and ran around the end for a touchdown.
Hell yeah, man. Shit.
How the hell is Kyler going to be able to do something like that when the fucking ball is bigger than he is?
Oh shit, man. What SKOL stated? He said, once you get the trenches on your side, you got the locker room. There you go, man. Real shit. Like he don't just come in here and take respect like that. You gotta earn this shit. Come on, bro. Yeah, we gonna see though, man. My thing is may the best man win, but let it be a real competition. That's it.
Cause if there's any discrepancies, we're gonna hear it from the players, and they're gonna talk about it sideways. You know what I mean?
Know it. You
They're
know
gonna
it,
talk.
dog.
You're gonna hear about it in code, especially early on.
Yeah.
The only part that like I'm worried about is that like practice time. You know, are you really giving these players the correct amount of time to develop chemistry with each other? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Another thing that I saw that I heard is that Kevin O'Connell cut the weekend rookie mini camp short. Like
Yeah, he
that's
did.
going. That's I wouldn't agree with that. He says that players were running hot the last
Yeah.
time he did it, bro. It was perfect Friday up here for football weather. I mean, a little bit on the chilly side, not windy, overcast. It was perfect weather. They should have definitely ran another day of fucking of practice, man, because that's what my issue was last year. Is he's a player's coach, is what they say. So he bends knee to the player because the player wants days off and stuff. Now fuck that, man. You never give your hoes a day off, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like get that motherfucker going, man. It ain't no fucking joke. This is square business up in here, you know?
Yeah, but at the same time, I agree with him on that because you got to be smart as well because you got Banks already out. If you ain't got to risk injury, you ain't got to risk injuries, dog. I mean, they're gonna be back Monday anyway with the veterans, so it's like what extra 2 days, so they're gonna get the reps regardless. So as far as players not being tired and stuff like that, I agree with him on that. I ain't got no problem with that. I mean, the reps gonna come. You got OTAs, training camp coming up. They gonna come. You want your guys to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the important thing.
Yeah, I don't, and we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that because
Yeah.
them motherfuckers moving. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't keep if you get somebody out of structure, man, that's when they get lazy. Highly successful people flourish in structure. Get up at 6, get your ass going, drink your coffee for, you know what I'm saying, 45 minutes, let that caffeine kick in and hit the road. Motherfucker, Monday through Friday. Let's go. Once you start missing days and stuff, your body tighten up. You ain't doing your stretches. You know what I'm saying? You lose a lot, bro. And what you gain through structure can disappear like within 2 weeks, man. So that's just
Yeah,
me. That's just me.
yeah.
You know what I'm
I'm,
saying?
yeah. I could see if it was like a week or something, but it ain't number 2 days. So they still hitting the weight room, still, you know, still getting a mental rep. So I'm cool with it, man. For me,
Okay.
it's about staying available, dog. Like them boys is elite, so they gonna be our 2 days. That ain't shit for real.
Yo, another thing that I like, yo, that I want to touch on, and then I'm gonna defer to Norris because I love his takes. I love his
Oh yeah,
takes.
hell yeah.
Is the leadership, man, from Charles Demings, aka Chuck D, as well as Dominic Orange. Dude, those two players are coming in on the defense like veterans. If you
Yeah,
listen to what they say in the power that they say it in the context, they
yeah,
ain't coming in here to just make the squad or hopefully I'll get a start. No, they're trying to change the environment. You
yeah.
understand? Which
Mhm.
is different from like from the coach. The coach is more kicked back, right?
Mhm.
The coach is being kicked back. These players are hungry, man. They're like, no,
Yeah, yeah.
man, we want that. We need that. Let's get it. You know,
Hell yeah.
I want to figure out what this thing is about, you
Real
know.
shit. Yeah, shout out Chuck D, Big Citrus, man. How you feel, Norris?
I
You
agree
there, Norris?
totally. Yeah, yeah, I'm here. Thing is, you know, listening to or actually watching on Vikings.com, you know, when they were
Mhm.
talking to all the rookies coming in. Chuck
Yeah.
D, he knows he doesn't know everything. He's humble, but he
All right.
doesn't have an attitude, but he does also come in like he's the fucking man. You know, he's not going to give you anything for free. You're going to have to work
Yeah.
for it. And
Hell
you can
yeah.
see that in the way he played. You know, he was offered NIL money to jump up to a higher conference, and he said, no, if I'm going to make my name, I'm going to make it right here.
Yep. The loyalty, dog. Hell yeah. Real shit.
And like D Woods was saying, D Woods and Tony Bell and T, they were on yesterday saying Chuck D got some crazy eyes. And what I responded to that is, yeah, he might have some crazy eyes, but it's the kind that looks through you that says, hey, motherfucker, I can see your liver.
Hell yeah. No cap, bro. No cap. Real shit, man.
No, I love
Motherfucker look
all
you,
these guys, man.
motherfucker
It's the
look you in the
best
eye, see
draft
your
that I can
soul, bro.
remember.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
You see your
exactly.
soul, man. Real shit. Well, Score State of Mind say JJ will compete and win the job, and Kyler Murray will sour over it. Kyler lost job to Jacoby last year, but people don't want to talk about that. Yeah, what happened with Brissett, dog? Come on,
I've
man.
talked about that before. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on. He got beat up by Brissett, Holmes. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like,
You
and they
gotta
talking about
ask,
he better.
man.
They talking about he better than McCarthy now. How? What has he done the last 2 years to make you feel comfortable saying that, bro? You can't be convicted and saying that bullshit. Motherfucker losing their
Well,
job to
let's be simple
to
about it.
Brissett.
Why is Arizona paying this guy $37 million to go away? Why?
Exactly. They took
Keep
the
it simple.
hit. They took the hit, 38 mil.
You know what that is? That's an indication of a locker room cancer.
Come on. Shit is crazy, bro. Not no fucking leader.
And I don't know if he is or not. You know what I'm saying? But that's an indication to pay a motherfucker to go away.
Yeah, man. It's something was going on they didn't like. They wanted him out for a reason. And I ain't gonna say
Well, I
I ain't
did
gonna say
see
he a
something.
bad dude, but there's something there, bro.
I saw something. Somebody was talking about Murray. It was one of his last years playing in Arizona. EQ Shipley. He's on with who is it? McAfee once in a while, I think. Or no, not. Maybe it is. Yeah, he's on with McAfee once in a while.
Yeah.
He remarked that he would like to see Kyler Murray be more vocal and take control of things. So that tells me he's not a leader, and that's no quarterback I want to have on my team.
You can't be scared to be vocal, dog. You got to speak up, especially as a quarterback. You know, players want that from you.
I'm just telling you what I heard, or what I saw with my own eyes.
Right, which really if a person isn't being transparent, that means that they're setting you up for a back door. And I would like to bring up the RG3 comparison and how players on the Redskins didn't like to play him because he always broke pocket. When the offensive line sets up, specifically the offensive tackles, they're setting up to a spot to block for you. And when you're not in that spot, it gives the defensive players angles to attack your king, your quarterback, you know, which makes you look bad, like you're not doing your job, but you're doing your job. But everybody sees the pressure coming. Nobody understands that the quarterback needs to hit his back foot and sit there a second to deliver the ball, you know, while the offensive line absorbs the blow. You know, how would you feel if you're over here getting your fucking ass whooped and somebody is just flying around making all these motherfucking mistakes, you know, getting your ass whooped over it?
I mean, I just heard the last couple minutes, but good morning to you guys, by the way. You guys were making some great points, man. And that's always like my thought about like little Kyler Murray. He's not a leader ever, right? And now he has to go to a whole new scene. He's not going to be in the warm weather. He has to learn a whole new playbook. You know, and just how he is in stature, like he's not going to help your running game because he's going to have to take every snap out of shotgun, which negatively impacts your run game. You know, it's like guys like the Justin Fields of the world too. It's like, oh, the O-line's so bad. The O-line's so bad. But it's like, dude, you gotta like recognize the blitz when it's coming. You gotta get rid of you gotta get rid of the ball quick, you know, which is a problem when you're 5'8", because you can't see quick. You know what I mean? So dude, I think JJ McCarthy just has more talent than Kyler Murray. And in an odd kind of way, I'm kind of rooting for him that he wins a starting job. I think it would be a bad thing for the Bears because I think he's a better quarterback. But yeah, man, I'm curious to see how this plays out.
We love the shit out you, broski.
Real shit, man. And broski, they forget like McCarthy coming off for a full offseason healthy, man. You know, really putting that work in. Like he didn't experience this last year. So you get this man a full offseason to really grow and progress. You're looking at a totally different animal. And he already has the advantage over Murray as far as knowing the playbook and being in the system. Like you can't take that shit for granted, dog.
And it seemed like his teammates genuinely liked him from what I could tell. Now, KOC, on the other hand, that's a different story, but his teammates seem to speak highly of him.
You heard what O'Neal said, right? Fuck what KOC talking about.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's KOC lost most of the locker room last year. I think if things don't get off to a fast start for the Vikings this year, he's going to lose that locker room completely very quick.
Let's take another step here on what Broski was just saying. Let's use the KISS method once again. You know, keep it simple, stupid, right? O'Connell's offense is predicated on play action passing. You take all of that away, when you're in the fucking shotgun or pistol, like Kyler has always played.
And
You're
Norris,
taking your run game
Norris,
away.
hold on. Let me make the point that if you're predicated on play action passing and they don't honor your play action or the run game, you're actually shooting yourself in the foot.
That's
You're
what I'm
wasting
saying.
time. Sorry.
Exactly. You want to suck those linebackers up. And if they see your 5'8" quarterback who can't see over the line 7 yards back, guess what? They ain't going to suck up. They're going to follow his eyes every time.
They're going to get more depth in their drops is what happens, and that's why you shoot yourself in the foot.
And then guess what? Here comes your bull rider scenario. Holding on to the ball for 8 seconds, and then he ejects.
Yeah. So let me ask y'all this: what do y'all think Murray's biggest weakness is, though?
Well,
I mean,
I'd
I
say
think
what I just said. If he's not a leader, that's no quarterback that I want.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll start with just saying physical limitations, being 5'8", and then I'll just say like the actual like, other the X factor, the intangibles. Like he's not a leader. I mean, to me, he's never been in a complicated offense, so he's going to have to make quicker decisions. I don't think those are his strengths either. I think those are his weaknesses.
Shit is wild, man. Shit is coming down.
That's another good point Broski brought up. The complicated offense thing from old Cliff Kingsbury. That was a college offense. Everybody knows college offenses are they're college. They're not meant to be professionals. Professionals will sniff that out within a couple of games, and they did.
Hey, we got David Ditter in the building who want to drop off for a few minutes, man. Finna let him up here, man.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna and drop off. I don't. Fuck, Norris bounced.
Norris left. Okay,
He probably can still hear you. I was just wondering how you thought the draft went since we got so much younger on defense. Seems like the Vikings seem to have agreed with my opinion on that front.
Excellent draft, man. You know how I feel about it. Excellent draft, man. Shout out.
Well, I'm asking the expert there in the upper right who thought we had a young defense. We didn't need any defensive players. And that
No. I love it, especially on the defensive line.
Yeah, and linebacker and corner and
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're smart. It was a great pick at 18 too. People don't understand that if you were to trade down, which we probably couldn't have done, and if we could have, great, do it. But if you would have traded down and drafted them lower, you would have lost Gold Day. You would have lost any of those other picks that we took. So you kind of had to take him at 18 to secure the guys in the second and the third rounds. So I thought it was a great draft because you got to look at it like a unit, collectively they fit each other. Whereas Kwesi seemed to have drafted like individual fingers, right? I want a fist, not a claw, So I thought they did a great job. And I think building the offense the way they've done with the third receiver and hopefully the line getting healthier, they needed to build around J.J. McCarthy like they're trying to do with this midget.
Smart.
Oh, shit. Fucking midget, huh?
Unless it's against them, unless it's been promised to Kyler. Because I get that Kyler has an advantage in terms of the games played in the NFL, right? But let's think about JJ's advantages. He's had 2 years.
Hey, Dave. Yeah, hey, you kind of staticky, bro. You kind of staticky.
My voice?
Yeah, you staticky. I think it's your mic staticky or something.
Yeah, your connection is a little messed up.
Hey, try to
like the true static.
There you go. You got it.
There you go. You good?
Go ahead.
Is it better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I was just talking too loud.
Or maybe not.
Or
Nah,
maybe
it's
not.
not.
You got a loose connection.
Yeah, something going on.
Okay. All right, man. Well, I'll drop off and let you guys keep going, man. But I'll jump back in
Damn it.
some other time with a better connection, hopefully.
Good point, so.
All right, man. Yes.
Good shit,
Yes,
bro.
my
Good
friend.
shit.
Thanks.
Good shit, man. Shout out David Ditter in the building, man.
Yo, let
Let's
me
get
say
it, man.
this.
Oh, that's who that was. Okay, cool. I never knew that. I never saw that dude before.
Yo, let me say this though. Let me say this. I'm not trying to have any excuses for Kyler Murray's limitations on being short, man. There's ways around it. You're a professional. Hit your fucking passing lanes. You understand what I'm saying? If you can't do that, get the fuck out the way and let somebody that can. Because the offense has a designation to go somewhere, a design to go somewhere. And if you can't do that, you throwing the other 10 dudes under the bus. All right, I'm going to be quiet now.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
I don't
and
like about the Kyler thing is our willingness to make an offense around him, which is something we should have done for J.J. McCarthy as well. But I also think Kyler's very similar skill set wise to J.J. McCarthy. So I do kind of view Kyler as a bridge quarterback, where if we can perfect an offense for this new generation of quarterback that can run, and JJ can run. I know Kyler's probably number 1 or number 2 in running with Lamar Jackson, but JJ is a low-key top 8 running quarterback in the NFL. So if we can kind of perfect this offense around the new quarterback skill set, I still think JJ is probably our starter in 2027, and I think we're really building this team for 2027. At least that's what I'm hoping.
Your shit mad staticky, dog.
Yo, peace, y'all.
All right, Dale, hold it down, man.
Yep. All right, broski. Happy Mother's Day, bro. And all y'all out there in YouTube land as well.
No
Take
doubt,
care
no
of yourself,
doubt.
Dal. Always good catching up with you, man.
Yeah, broski. So yeah, man, how you so basically you pulling for McCarthy too, right?
I mean, I respect the game. You know what I mean? Like I respect football. You know what I mean? So I'm not a JJ McCarthy fan. I never really was, but I just think it's such a bad decision by the Vikings that, like I said, even though it would negatively impact the Bears, it's like for some reason I'm pulling for the kid. I don't know. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. It's only right to pull for him, man. He deserved that shit. He deserved a fair chance, if anything, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He deserves. I mean, no one deserves anything, which is the crime. But I'm just saying, from a smart, intelligent football perspective, from an organization, you wouldn't want to give up on him right now. So you don't invest that high of a pick on a quarterback to only give him 10 games.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. He deserves a fair spot at the QB1 position. That's what I mean. Like he's earned that.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like I'm not a fan of these little tiny micro midget quarterbacks. They don't work, man. They don't work, man. I hear this whole thing in Charlotte about Bryce Young, and their fan base is at odds with each other because there's certain people who just like Bryce Young just because, not because he's done anything on the field yet, because he hasn't. You know what I mean? He really hasn't. He's all he's done is shown he's not an NFL quarterback, but people will love him. And when they say why, it's just because they like him, just because he's a little guy, because he's got a nice smile, because they see themselves like living through him, like kind of thing. Like I'm an underdog too, and all this weird like emotional beta male crap. Like it's like, bro, excuses don't win you shit in the NFL, man.
Right.
So. Yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. But going back to those draft picks, that Golday guy, so the more I look into him, I think he's like your Van Ginkel replacement. I think they're going to play him on the outside. And like I said, this is Van Ginkel's last year on the team. And I don't think they're, they might try to see if they can keep him on a hometown discount. But you know how those edge rushers are, man. If they still show they can play, they're going to go somewhere, and some team's just going to drastically overpay for him, most likely. So I think Golday is the Van Ginkel replacement. I think Tiernan, the left tackle or right tackle, the kid from Northwestern, is the O'Neal replacement. And yeah, man, safety you got. I mean, that's the Harrison Smith replacement or Metellus replacement, because I don't think I've never been a Metellus person. And I don't think he's very good. Just to be completely honest, I don't think he's very good.
He can't cover anyone, you know? He can't cover nobody. Metellus can't cover nobody.
Even in this day and age in the NFL where you have all these hybrid defenses and positions, he's still a tweener. That's his problem. Like he's too slow to play in the secondary, and he's not big enough to play linebacker. So what really is he? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And at the same time, Broski Bear, his spot is in trouble as well because people sleeping on Jacoby Thomas, but he can come in and make some noise right away. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. He could start. I think he will start as a rookie. Yeah. So I mean, hey, we'll see how this season goes, man. But yeah, it's gonna suck, man. It's gonna suck the next few months, though. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like the whole like nothing to talk about for a while, and
man,
all
bro.
this and that. So
it's getting close, though, Holmes. It's getting close, man.
It'll be here before we know it, man. But
yeah,
man.
Bro. Hey, North, you want to come back up? Come back up, bro. We got about 10 minutes, man. If you want to come chop it up. But no, real shit though, broski. I'm excited, dog, for real.
Yeah, man. It's always fun. Because there's so much that goes into the NFL that's just like not about actually watching the sport being played. You know, there's the whole business aspect, personnel aspects, all the strategy, the money managing, like all that stuff, man. It makes it very unique for the fans. You know, you get like a whole experience kind of thing, almost like you're running your own business or something. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. North say JJ last 54, 84, 703 yards, 64.3 completion percentage, 8.9 yards average throw, 5 touchdowns, 2 INTs, 2 rushing touchdowns, 100.4 QB rating, 9th in NFL. Come on, bro. So you saw what happened when KOC changed the play call, and let's stop the cap.
I mean, and you saw improvement from a young quarterback after he got his, feet wet. Like, which you got to be patient. To me, I give a quarterback 3 years. I give a young guy 3 years. If you don't see what you need to see, yeah, you give him a fair shot. So
exactly, that's justifiable if you want to let him go in, but get a man a chance.
Yeah, and the thing with McCarthy that I won't blame KOC for, like he has to stay on the field. Like let's be real, he needs to stay on the field. I'm not gonna sit here and be like that's KOC's fault, like whatever. But like, yeah, he's got to be on the. He's got to play, man. He's got to play.
Right. But broski, let me ask you this, right? So I'll just flip it to the Bears right quick. Caleb Williams. So let's say Caleb Williams is getting annihilated for 5 games straight. The O-line playing piss poor, right? So then he succumbs to an injury. Do you blame him and say he can't stay available, or do you got to put some spotlight on the O-line as well and say, hey, do your job?
No, because the quarterback, see, this is how I look at the quarterback. You got to be smarter than that. You got to know, okay, my O-line's really not where it should be right now. Okay, it's you know what I mean, type of thing. So I'm gonna have to make the correct reads, like pre-snap reads. I'm gonna have to know I have less time. That clock's gonna have to go off of my head sooner. I'm gonna have to get rid of it sooner. That's how you avoid the injuries. You know what I mean?
Broski Bear, if your coach is calling long developing plays, you can't check down the shit.
Well,
that's the point, bro.
I guess that's kind of the thing with Ben Johnson. He's smart too, so he wouldn't, if he recognized the O-line is garbage, I have full confidence he's gonna adjust accordingly. And
that's what I'm saying.
That type of thing. And Caleb's got escapability. Like I don't know if anyone else can really do some of the shit he does back there to get out of shit. So yeah, but to me, my thing is no. Like I still put it on the quarterback because you are the key player on the whole team for a reason. You are the most difficult position in all sports for a reason. Like you need to be smart. You have to adapt. And that's part of being a good quarterback, in my opinion. So
I get what you're saying.
Let me add on to that, though. Let me add
go
on
ahead,
to
Nor.
that just for a second. Broski, you were saying you got to give the guy time, right? Young guy, he needs his reps, et cetera, et cetera. Well, he didn't have that before. So coming in as a first-time starter, he doesn't know the speed of the game yet. So you can't really put that on him right away. Now, several starts into it, yeah, for sure. But he only got 2 starts, and then he got hurt.
Yeah,
so you can't really
like
put
I
that.
said, I have a different take on it. Getting injured and staying on the field, to me, it's like you could say some of it's bad luck, but when it happens 4 times, like it's like, okay, there's a trend. You know what I'm saying, type of thing. So bottom line is, you know, like I was saying earlier, there's no excuses in the NFL. Some players are very unlucky when it comes to the injuries and stuff too. Like sometimes it's not their fault. But what I'm saying is, no matter whose fault it is, bottom line, he has to be out there healthy. Like that's it. Whether you want to say it's KOC's fault, his fault, he needs to be out there healthy. I mean, that's really the bottom line to have a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that, but that's easier said than done. Because did you watch the Falcons game and did you watch the Packers game?
I was at the Falcons game.
You was at the game, Norris? Norris, you was at the game?
Yeah, that was the game after SKOL Fest where everybody met at the Crooked Pint on Saturday.
Right. So my point is, so you saw he got sacked 6 times that game and was getting hit all game, right?
Yeah,
and the play he got hurt was a hip drop tackle as well on the sideline.
Yeah,
exactly.
But you got to understand my perspective here. Since I'm a Bears fan, I've seen shit quarterback after shit quarterback, and I've heard every excuse fans want to make and stuff like that. And that's a Justin Fields excuse right there, which to me there is no excuse. Like you have to know, okay, I'm getting rid of the ball quicker. Like, you know what I mean? Hip drop tackle. Oh well, like that was legal up until like what, 1 season ago. So it's like it's football to me. You know what I mean? You got tackled. Like you got to be smart. You got to avoid those hits. You got to, you know, maybe your completion percentage suffers because of it, because you just throw the ball away quick on a lot of plays that you don't think are there. Like,
but see, broski, that's what you keep forgetting, bro. Like, I understand you say check downs, but KOC wasn't giving him opportunities to check down with these long developing plays. That's my point. The Packers game, the man played 3 minutes with a concussion damn near. He was getting annihilated the whole game, bro. Some shit you can't escape as a quarterback.
Yeah, and here's the thing. It's not, don't get me wrong, it's not helping matters, KOC's shitty play calling. It's not helping. You know what I mean? It's not.
Right,
so it's a tough situation
100%.
for the young man. It's a tough situation for the young man, which to me is like even more reason why Kyler Murray is going to fail, because he hasn't been in this shit ever. You know what I mean? This is McCarthy's 3rd year in it. You know what I mean? So like he understands how the plays work and what needs to happen, kind of thing. But yeah, like I'm not a KOC fan. Like, you know, you gotta be able to establish the run with your actual running backs. You know what I mean? Like, especially with a young quarterback. It's like look at, and I'll go back to the Panthers. Look at the Panthers with a itty bitty Bryce, the Keebler elf, right? Why did the Panthers, and they weren't good last year, but they were better than they have been? Because Rico Dowdle, the running back, literally carried that team for like 3 weeks. Literally won, like carried that team for 3 games in the middle of the season, popping off for like 200-yard games and shit, right? Like, that's what helped the Panthers. That's what helped Bryce Young. You know, him and Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard, Chuba Hubbard. So, like, you gotta run the fucking ball, man. You gotta establish the run with your actual running backs, like not just the quarterback taking off and running for a couple yards. Like, nah, you gotta make that part of your strategy.
Yeah, you gotta run the ball, man. Hey, but look, we got about 5 more minutes, man. Y'all final thoughts. Then I'm gonna wrap it up. But 5 more minutes, man. You got the floor, Broski, Norse, whichever one y'all want to go.
Damn. Final thoughts.
You got 5 minutes, so you know, just kick it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I have no confidence Kyler Murray is gonna amount to anything this season. I think, you know, he might have a couple games here and there, maybe where he looks okay. I'm not even convinced he's going to be the starting quarterback week 1. Let me take a step back. So, that being said, it's just like, hopefully for the Vikings' sake, he's not. That's what I'll say. Hopefully, if you're a Vikings fan, hopefully JJ wins. Because if JJ wins, that means, wow, he beat out Kyler Murray. He got better himself. You know, the team's behind him. And, you know, he's your rookie quarterback you drafted in the 1st round.
Good shit, man. Good shit. Good conversation. Definitely. What you got, Norse?
I'm just going to go with this. This is the absolute best drafting of this team that I can remember. And it was done with a purpose.
Yep.
5 fingers, roll them together and make a fist. And that's what they did with this draft.
There you go, Norse. Let's go, Norse.
Good stuff,
Yeah,
Norse.
man. Hell yeah, bro. Great. It was a great draft, man. It was a beautiful cohesion. Hire Rob right now. I don't give a damn. Hire Rob. I don't care what the other candidates looking like. Hire Rob Brzezinski, dog.
Yeah, I mean, unlike what Norse said, like you could tell he actually had a plan and he went out there and he executed his plan. Now, whether people agree with every position they took or they agree with the position but not the player, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But he had a plan. He went out there and did it.
Yep.
Real shit, man. Yep. Hey, still got 3 minutes, man. Whoever want to go, you know what I'm saying? Get your shit off, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I kind of feel like the Packers, man. They might be. I think the Packers and Lions might be taking a little, start creeping to the bottom of the division. You know what I'm saying? Like I know the Lions were last year, but I got a feeling them and the Packers are going to be battling out for the basement.
Packers, huh? Bottom of the pack.
Pack and the Lions will duke it out for 4th place in the NFC North.
Woo! Shit, yeah. So the pack is the worst team in the NFC North this year. How you feel, Norse?
I can agree with that 100%. I watched their draft as well, and I'm not really excited about it.
Yeah, that's a good thing, though.
We drafted for need, but we also drafted great players in those needs. I mean, from what I can tell.
Real shit,
And
man. Real
pressure
shit.
coming up the middle on Jared Goff, he's gonna sink. He's just another Kirk Cousins. You get pressure up the middle on that dude, he's toast.
Oh yeah, he gonna throw you 2 picks, guaranteed.
And probably a fumble.
Yeah, guaranteed, man. That happens every year. Every year.
And Jordan Love, I mean, great kid. I love the kid as a person, but he hasn't shown he's worth $50 million.
Hell no.
I mean, he got his big $50 million a year contract. This is what I keep reminding Packers fans. They're like, oh, Caleb Williams hasn't thrown for 4,000 yards and blah, blah. And I'm like, guess what? Jordan Love has not thrown for 3,400 yards each of the last 2 seasons. Caleb's thrown for over 3,500 and over 3,900 in his first 2 years in the NFL. So it's like, I don't know. If I'm looking at that, I'm like, I kind of got a little more hope in Caleb than Jordan Love. Just saying.
Well, Caleb is he's a musician or a magician, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make some crazy shit happen. I give him that, man. Hey, but it's good chopping up with y'all, man.
You too, man.
Real good conversation, man. I'm gonna definitely. Yeah, we're gonna lock in next time again, bro. Good shit, man.
All right, man. Yeah, man. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Peace out.
All right, you too, man.
All right, happy
y'all
Mother's Day.
For sure. I'll let y'all later, man. Hey, shout out North, shout out Dell, man. Shout out David Ditter in the building. Shout out Broski Bear in the building coming through. Good conversation, man, you know, every time, bro. Before I get up out of here, I just want to say that's what it's about right there, bro. You know, and people may agree to disagree. You know, people may get animated, but it's no just unnecessary bullshit, no bullshit. We talking about a main goal, a main cause, right? As Vikings fans, even Broski Bear. He's a Bears fan. I'm sure his ultimate goal for the Bears is to see them win a Super Bowl, period. As a fan, as a real fan, that should be your main goal for your team. You should want and demand the best out of your team, dog. So when you see people get animated, people may go back and forth. It's never just talking for no reason, a bunch of yelling going on. It's clear purity, dog. But the ultimate goal, everybody wants to see the Vikings win. Now, there's some Vikings fans out there who are cool with the Vikings staying average, being a first-round exit playoff team. It's fans out there like that for sure, dog, you know? But I'm pretty sure everybody who come up here and we conversate and collab, right, as men, the ultimate goal for the Vikings is to win the Super Bowl, dog. Fuck the bullshit, no bullshit. When it comes to McCarthy, when it comes to Murray, It's not about having a disdain for Murray, disliking him, or even not wanting to see him win. We just want the best man on the field, bro, and want McCarthy to get a fair chance. It's Team 9 over here. I've been saying that the whole offseason. It's Team 9 round yonder. But if Murray goes in there and he wins the spot fairly, it's cool. I'm cool with it. I can live with it. Period, bro. But when you got good conversation that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? People talking about certain things for a reason. I don't care how it go, bro. It's important, bro. Heavy, because it's a lot of bullshit out there. No bullshit. It's a lot of fake shit out there. No bullshit. Heavy. And the Vikings have been average and mediocre for too long. Put some pressure on KOC. Put some heat on his ass. Put some heat on the O-line, bro. There's no more excuses in that building. KOC has everything he needs and wants to succeed, offensively and defensively. You got a phenomenal defensive coordinator who gonna hold you down every time. He been carrying your ass for 3 years so far. Certain shit, KOC got the luxury of not even worrying about, Holmes. Heavy. He ain't got to worry about how his defense gonna perform. He ain't got to worry about having a punk-ass Ed Donatell and that weak-ass shell in the building. You got a Super Bowl championship caliber defense right now. So what you gonna do, KOC? And that's the main thing, bro. But shout out to the dogs who came through. Shout out to my Levy dogs, my big dogs, my subscribers, my supporters. You are much appreciated for life, man. Never forget it, and that's real for real. You hear me? Heavy, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell as well, bro. Takes less than 1 second. Why not? You support the fake already. Support the real for real, bro. Holla at y'all next time. See you on the next one, man. North say happy Mother's Day to everyone. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, bro. No cap. Down at the levee, we going fishing at the levee. SKOL Vikes, man. Win, lose, or draw, but we come to win. Believe that.